It's news time, 7:51. Let's get you where you need to go. Ian Stark.
Still seeing some big delays as you make your way in Brooklyn, heading on the BQE westbound. There is construction out there, and I can't say when it's going to clear away. Near exit 27 by Atlantic Avenue, just one lane is open, so the BQE is backed up pretty much from the Queens line all the way to that point, and everyone who gets through has to get through in a single lane, so obviously this is not going to be a lot of fun. You got problems also inbound. You're delayed from about Hamilton Avenue, exit 26 back up to the Brooklyn Bridge. Now, there is a crash. Well, here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. There's a crash in the Brooklyn-bound Williamsburg Bridge outer roadway, and it looks blocked off. So you're not only going to see delays getting to that inner roadway, you're going to see delays on Delancey as you make your way towards the bridge. There's also some traffic at the Manhattan Bridge outbound and some heavy delays in the Brooklyn Bridge outbound. So if you're trying to make your way to Brooklyn, unfortunately, the quickest way to do it, that would be through the Battery Tunnel. Here's what else you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. GWB inbound about 20 minutes outbound. Not really seeing any problems. Lincoln and the Holland both look good in both directions. If you are traveling to Queens, more traffic on the Whitestone and the Throgs Neck than you find on the Triborough Queensbound. Ian Stark, 1010 wins at 92.3 FM.
Now your official 1010 wins accurate weather forecast with meteorologist Matt Benz.
On the door for tonight, some rain at times, otherwise mostly cloudy with a low 63. Then for tomorrow, perhaps some lingering rain to start the day, drying out by the midday and afternoon. It will be cooler and less humid for tomorrow as clouds break for some afternoon sun. Clouds may just linger, though, across Long Island and Connecticut with a high 71. Clearing tomorrow night, cooler, low 57. Turning out pleasant for Monday, especially by the afternoon. Plenty of sunshine, a high 73. And another nice day for Tuesday, comfortable with sunshine much of the time and a high 74. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Matt Benz on New York's weather station. 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
Lin-Manuel Miranda is hosting a Hamilton sing-along at United Palace. Tomorrow, he'll take the stage at the Washington Heights venue to kick off a very special sing-along screening of the smash hit musical. The event marks the grand finale of Hamilton, a year-long celebration of the Broadway juggernaut's 10th anniversary. The 2016 filmed version of Hamilton projected in full with lyrics on the screen so the entire audience can belt out this song, My Shot, together. Did we, speaking of songs, truly have a song of the summer this year? That's up to you.
This year's Song of the Summer is mellower than songs from previous summers. Billboard started its weekly Song of the Summer chart in 2010. Number one then, Katy Perry's California Girls. This summer, for the past 14 weeks and counting, the top spot has been held by a love ballad, Alex Warren's Ordinary.
I take one look at you, you're taking me out of the ordinary.
One reason Ordinary has done so well is a lack of competition. There were very few new songs on the chart. Also, music psychologist Ray Leone says there seems to be chaos every day, no matter where you look. I'm Ed Donahue.
Wins News Time, 7:56. Now Bloomberg Money Watch.
Music offers an insightful way to map the fortunes of the luxury industry.
Take off the Birkin bag. Birkin bag look way more heavy.
From roughly late 2020 to early 23, really on a tear. Everyone wanted Gucci bags, Rolex watches.
Bloomberg opinion columnist Andrea Felstead.
During that time, the mention of brands, particularly in hip-hop and R&B, absolutely soared.
Felstead says the name checks in songs like this 2022 hit by Meghan Trainor help cement fashion houses as cultural phenomena.
I could have my Gucci on. I go wear my Louis Vuitton.
But since early 2023, the data shows mentions have slumped, underscoring the crisis facing the luxury industry, with sales down across the sector.
Luxury's been through this incredible boom and bust.
Still, Felstead points out the recent popularity of the hit song Dior may signal better days ahead.
You know my style and I love Christian Dior.
I'm Karen Moscow, Bloomberg Money Watch on 1010 wins at 92.3 FM.
WINS FM in HD1 New York. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
We've got a thunderstorm in spots through early this evening, any of which can produce flooding downpours and localized damaging winds. Later on tonight, we remain cloudy with rain at times, a low of 63. Then tomorrow, some lingering rain in the morning, otherwise cooler, less humid. Clouds breaking for some afternoon sun, except perhaps for Long Island and Connecticut, a high of 71. Then tomorrow night, we're clear to partly cloudy with a low of 57. Oof, light jacket weather alert. More people get their news from 1010 Winds. than from any other radio station in the nation. Gary Satter is at the editor's desk. I am Stephanie Officer.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM, New York.
Good evening. It's 73 degrees at 8 o'clock. I'm Suzanne Colucci, and here's what's happening.
We are living in crazy worlds.
Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders in Brooklyn for a town hall supporting New York City mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani. The MTA is gearing up for a possible LIRR strike, one that could happen as soon as September 18th. One man is dead. Another is hurt after a violent stabbing at an IHOP in Brooklyn. Chicago is bracing for expanded ICE operations at any time as President Trump threatens an apocalypse now-style action to boost deportations. If you're a fan of haunted houses, how would you like to own the Rhode Island one featured in The Conjuring? It's going up for auction on Halloween. Sports, the Yankees beat Toronto 3-1. The Mets are playing the Reds tonight. Wins news time, 8:01. Let's get you where you need to go. Here's Ian Stark.
Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Seeing traffic picking up now as you make your way to the upper level of the GWB to get into the city. So you're slowing down to the toll plaza. And as you make your way across, talking about a 20-25 minute trip, lower level, not seeing any major delays. Outbound, the problems are all to the apartments before you get to the bridge. And once you are on the bridge, it shouldn't take you more than 10 minutes to get back to Fort Lee. Lincoln and the Holland currently in pretty good shape. No major delays in and out of town, although I will point out that the covered roadway lower level is slow if you are traveling city-bound. The Brooklyn Bridge is in awful shape. It's super crowded. I would skip it, but here's the thing. The Williamsburg Bridge does have a crash on the outer roadway, so the inner roadway to Brooklyn is the only way across, and of course, that is backed up too. The Manhattan Bridge naturally is getting busier because of all this, so if you have to pick a crossing to Brooklyn that you'd really like to see not any traffic, your best bet and most expensive bet, unfortunately, is the Battery Tunnel. Here's what we see on Long Island's Big Three. Not much on the LIE nor the state of the southern state, but the southbound Meadowbrook Parkway, right near the Roosevelt Field Mall. You're after exit 1, you got a down tree, you got a lane block. So take Merrick Avenue locally or the Wantagh Parkway southbound to the southern state. Ian Stark, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
Well, downpours have flooded roads all over and made a mess of the airports. We'll get to that in a minute, but let's get right to meteorologist Matt Benz for an update.
Storms rocked the tri-state here earlier on today. Prior to the storms, it was warm and humid, but that changed in a hurry as storms rumbled across the area, touching off flooding downpours, which reduced visibility quickly here across the tri-state. On top of that, gusty winds in its wake, a cooler and less humid air mass on the way here for tonight and tomorrow. Also dealing with some lingering rain, at least through the early parts of tomorrow. Back to you.
Well, the weather-related ground stop at LaGuardia Airport has been lifted, but there are hundreds of flight delays at the region's big three airports as a result. Dozens of flights have also been canceled at LaGuardia, JFK, and Newark because of the stormy weather. Well, it's been a busy day in the race for New York City mayor. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders is in town, appearing at a town hall in Brooklyn tonight to support Zohran Mamdani as part of his Fighting Oligarchy tour. Mamdani telling supporters he's the honest choice to lead the city.
New York City is not for sale to Donald Trump's billionaire donors. It is not for sale to corrupt politicians like Andrew Cuomo.
Eric Adams is fighting to keep his job. He spent the day appealing to everyday voters at the city's Labor Day parade.
I'm the only person in the race that has ever been a union member. I'm not part of the elite. I'm part of everyday working class people.
Independent candidate Andrew Cuomo was also at the parade, taking shots at the front runner, Zohran Mamdani, saying a victory for him is what President Trump really wants.
He is the perfect stooge for President Trump. He is a socialist. He's anti-police, would disarm, disband the police.
The Mamdani campaign says if Trump has a preferred candidate, it's the former governor. The city's labor parade didn't just draw politicians. Tens of thousands of people took part, including workers from over 200 unions.
Fifth Avenue welcoming the hardest working New Yorkers with open arms. Members of over 200 unions and constituency groups marching in solidarity, each with different aspirations. Meet Adrian.
A fair wage for all city workers. And for decades, the wages of city workers have not kept up with inflation.
Serve NYC, afford NYC, the overarching message for some unions here. Mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani standing behind that message.
Such a joy and a privilege to be here at the Labor Day Parade alongside organized labor that represents so many New Yorkers and their actual ability to afford to live in this city because they are paid a wage that allows them to do so.
But the real joy here is seeing folks smiling and celebrating the work they contribute to the Big Apple. Amanda Alexander, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM at the Labor Day Parade.
The MTA is gearing up for a possible LIRR strike. The job action could happen as soon as September 18th. Union workers are fighting for a 15% raise over 3 years. The MTA's contingency plans include setting up buses to shuttle commuters to Queens subway stations if a strike happens. A double stabbing